What's going on, you guys? So, yeah, I was going to talk about a certain topic, but it's an extremely sensitive topic in the YouTube boxing community. So, I don't know. But Jerome Ennis, salute to my salute to my boy YSM Sports Media for the exclusive interview with Jerome Ennis. And Boots Ennis pretty much said that Errol Spence going to have to fight or vacate. He ain't taking no step aside. He ain't doing anything of the sort. He's coming for Errol Spence Jr. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So what is Errol Spence Jr. to do? Well, we already talked about this before. Hit that like button for your boy. Sorry about the late start, but this is what Boots had to say. He says, "Real rap, I ain't taking step aside nowhere. Boots Ennis ain't taking no step aside. And this, if IBF makes him the official mandatory to face Errol Spence Jr., no step aside for Jerome Ennis. So that leaves Errol Spence Jr. with one other option. Now, a lot of the Crawford critics been coming out with this. They've been talking about the numbers again. You know, they put their accountant suits back on, talking about 40, 60, 40, and 35%, and all this other bullshit. But from what your boy Bushido heard through the grapevine is they are in negotiations. Yeah, that's right. That's what I heard. That Crawford and Spence are in negotiations. Just a rumor, but it's from a very solid source. So we just have to wait and see. Now, my thing with that is give us something. Give us something. Because remember back when Errol Spence Jr. was doing all the talking, he was almost like the Pootie Tang of boxing. Shout out to him. His fans go wild. He can say anything. They go nuts. Yeah, yeah, big fish, man down. He ain't saying nothing. Give us that now. The Crawford fans is riled up. Get your fans riled up. Give them a morale boost. Tell them that this thing is coming. If it's really something going on behind the scenes. Let's see. See who's in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. Yeah, salute to WJ Luckett, man, and salute for the Cash App. Yes, I did see the video, and I also heard from somebody else from behind the scenes. So yeah, this may be a real thing, bro. Volume. Oh, the volume ain't good. Hold up. Hey, is I'm too loud or too low? Let me know. Let me fix this real quick before we really get started. This chat be coming in slow too. It's like delayed, the chat. It says the volume. Let me see. Is that better? Okay, my volume is good. All right, all right, all right. I don't want to like mess with it. I'm still trying to fix this little setup I got over here, man. But yeah, um, I heard that they are in negotiations, you guys. Crawford and Spence are in negotiations. Yes, I have heard that, WJ Luckett, and I saw the video as well, man. Salute for the Cash App. Um, yeah, I heard that they're in negotiations, but Spence needs to give us something. You got to start promoting this thing. You don't want to have to look at Jerome Ennis. You don't want to have to deal with that dude. You don't. You don't want to have to deal with that. That's not something you really want to deal with. Salute to Damone Daniels in the building. What's going on? But the Bud critics been really coming out talking this number shit. You know what I'm saying? And 60-40. The whole IBF thing, and if he's, the percentage is 35% or something like that, and they say he's one, I don't know, right? They playing a numbers game. All we want is to fight. And from what I'm hearing from the grapevine, from a really strong source, is that this thing is a real thing, is that they are in negotiations behind the scenes. But we just got to wait and see. Just take it as a rumor for now. Just take it as a rumor for now, because I mean, it seemed like it could be a likely scenario. Hey, Damone Daniel says Bud has gained leverage because of Boots mandatory. Hey, he gained all kinds of leverage. Because the worst case scenario is IBF makes him the official number one guy. Don't put him in no type of eliminator. And then Errol Spence has to go into a fight with Jerome Ennis with the IBF belt on the line. And you know how IBF do. They have their little rehydration clauses and, things of that nature, right? You don't want to have to deal with nothing like that. Now, if he was to unify with Terence Crawford, that should be exempt. That shouldn't be a factor. Per Canelo Alvarez, they changed the rules because of him. But yeah, the 60-40, they stuck on it. They stuck on the 60-40. They stuck on the 60-40 thing. Errol Spence Jr. still hasn't gave anybody nothing, though. Despite hearing this, that this fight is a thing that's being worked out behind the scenes, Errol Spence needs to start promoting this fight as well. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you need to start promoting. Salute to Django Fett. I see you. What's going on, AJ? I see you. You know what? You said Bud should demand 50-50 so Errol will take a chance, 70% less money for fighting Boots. I don't think Errol Spence is going to deal with Boots at all, bro. That's not good business. that's just the nah. Nope. Not at all. That is no man's land. He better off dealing with Crawford. And that's a bad night out too. But at least there's a lot behind it. Versus dealing with Jerome Ennis, who said you're going to fight or vacate. He coming. The hunter has now become the hunted. The hunter has now become the hunted. You said, I believe Errol will vacate before he fights Boots. Man, a lot of people believe that he will vacate before dealing with him. What's going on, Needy Bone? I see you. They may have him do that, Juice Lee. And that'll be the politics of boxing getting in the way of Jaron Ennis' opportunity. That's what that'll be. That'll be somebody like Al Heyman paying the IBF to force an eliminator between Jaron Ennis and whoever else is up at the top. That'd be a worst case scenario for Jaron Ennis because he's right there. And really, let's be honest, he should be number one. I mean, who else is better than him in the sanctioned body? Nobody. He got 30 fights. He got like 28 fights, 30 knockouts or some shit like that. He got 30. He got like 28-0 or 26 knockouts or something like that, or 30-0 and 28 knockouts, something like that. Crazy numbers. It's his time. And I was going to do a little bit more talk about the PBC stuff, but people are already jumping down my throat about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like a PBC hater guy, anything of the sort. I'm for boxing, but if there's problems, shit, why not talk about it? But that's a really sensitive subject, it seems like. It seems like that's a sensitive subject. You know what, Damone Daniels? I think him accepting the 40% this time would be he ain't got to pay Bob Arum or nobody else. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to pay Bob Arum or nobody else. Let's think. Crawford got to pay. He got to pay a lot of people. He got three trainers and shit. You said, will Spence fight Jamel? Nah, he won't. Even though they say Spence used to beat him up in the gym and shit like that. He said, talk about PBC going out of business. See, I knew you would. Oh, man. This dude crazy, man. You would come on here and say that. See, but you hate PBC, though, man. Why you hate PBC, Tribe? Your boy Bushido don't hate PBC, but, I mean, shit. Every fight we see is pay-per-view. Why? They went from a company that was giving out free fights to a company that's now every fight is on pay-per-view. I mean, what happened? It could be due to COVID, right? The budget got cut. It could be many reasons. It could be some shit that we not privy to behind the scenes that a lot of people that's over there just not really obligated to talk about. Eat Right guy says, Top Rank has definitely put out better cards than PBC this year. Let me think about that. I think I would have to damn near agree. I think I would damn near agree, bro. I think I would damn near have to agree with that. Yeah. And actually, Terrence Crawford outsold Tank Davis. Yeah. but outsold Tank. They say Tank really did 50,000. I mean, I gave him higher than that, but the real number has been alleged to be 50,000. That's like a kick in the nuts. That's a kick in the nuts. Why would you put Tank on it? Man, that was bad. Look, man. That's why would you do that? Put him up against football. Shit like that. Holiday season on I mean, I like fights on Sundays, but pay-per-view, I think they was doing a little too much with that one. Everybody hit that like button for your boy. We got 58 people in the building. Jerome Ennis is coming. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is rumored to be in negotiations. Yeah, that's right. Then we can go to the next chapter of the Spence Crawford saga, which is the actual fight and negotiations and being made. Then we can get to then we can get rid of this whole 60-40, 35%, Bob Arum. All that shit would be way in the past, and now we can just talk about who will win the motherfucking fight. That's what we want. We want to know who will win a fight. So hopefully, according to my sources, which is a strong one, they are negotiations. It's been pretty quiet. Crawford hasn't said anything since the beach call out, right? Around that time. Errol Spence hasn't said anything since Turn Up over there. He's talking to the schmo guy at the Triad combat thing. You said who will win the fight? I got Terrence Crawford winning the fight, Damon Whitewester. I got Terrence Crawford, and this is just for a lot of different reasons. I think that Errol Spence took a lot of time off. A lot of time off. The car accident. He's kind of, one way to say he's injury prone now. Terrence Crawford already, in my opinion, been a bad matchup for him, but shit like this right here, like why you fat, bro? Like why your belly, like why you chubby, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Crawford, you never see him like that. So it's a lot of different things that go into play, not just the actual fight itself, but how they live outside the ring, Salute to Damone Daniels for the super chat. He says, Boots is a 147 act right now medicine we need. Yeah, ain't it? Act right. Yeah, that's right. He's the act right medicine. Yep. He's the enforcer. He came out of nowhere and said, hey, get y'all shit together. Spence started scrambling. He said bulging suspects. Then Trump just oh man. He said Errol Spence is a walking calamity. Hit that like button for you, boy. We got 62 people in the building. He said, talk about PBC going out of business. He couldn't wait to say that. Jerome Ennis is not the mandatory, huh? He's not quite the mandatory, I guess. But he's not quite the mandatory. But we got to see if he gets promoted to the mandatory. Or some political shit to where he has to deal with a eliminator fight. Another hurdle that he'll have to jump on his quest to take out Errol Spence. But he just seems like he just wants to get his hand on the belt. That's what it seems like to me. Like it don't really matter to him. He just wants to get his hands on the belt. So if Errol Spence was smart, he should have been in negotiation with Terence Crawford yesterday. He should have been up in there with negotiations like yesterday. Y'all crazy. Hey, I think Crawford will fight Boots too. I think Bud will fight Boots. Because let's just say Crawford and Spence fight and Crawford wins and Crawford got the belt. IBF will go be on their ass to make the mandatory fight. I think Crawford will fight Boots. I think he'll fight Boots before he go up. I think Crawford will fight Boots. That's a tough fight, man. Jerome Ennis is fucking huge, dude. He said Bud ain't fighting Boots, man. I think Bud will fight Boots, man. You see Boots ain't pressing Bud like he pressing Spence, though. You see that. You know, he's a little weary of it. You know Crawford a little bit different, but Crawford knows Boots different too. I think that's the fight right there. We got to see, though. We got to see how Jerome Ennis. We still haven't seen Jerome Ennis in there with somebody that can hit him in the fucking mouth. I mean, look how big he is. He looks like a middleweight. Jamon Daniels said Bernie said Bud will fight Boots. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Bud will fight Boots, bro. Crawford don't strike me as a guy that'll shy away from a challenge. Despite what some fans may think, I don't see him as a guy that'll shy away from a challenge. I just don't see it. Yeah, Boots is a beast of an athlete, Django. He's beast. Big, too, man. Big. They say Spence was a big welterweight. Nah. Jerome Ennis is a big welterweight. He said Booty will get stopped, too. I think Crawford, within a year, next 2 years, is probably be I see him at his peak. It's gonna be hard for anybody to beat Terence Crawford right now. Anybody, even Jerome Ennis. And I just say Ennis just because of his. We just don't truly. I mean, we could. He seemed like he got it. It's hard to say that he don't, but then again, we just don't know. We won't truly know until we see him in a situation to where he's really tested, to where he had to deal with adversity and had to overcome some shit. Salute the Tribe for the super chat. He says, I know the Spence game plan. He will announce his retirement. That way he's not vacating to duck. He'll come back when there is a winnable belt at 54. Man, that sounds like a scenario. Let me put it on the screen. Hold up. Yeah, that sounds like something that could happen, honestly. But if Spence is alleged to be in negotiation with Terrence Crawford, then we got to put a hold to that theory. But prior to me hearing this rumor that they are in negotiations, I would have said, hell yeah. Pull a Floyd, take some time off for a little year or two until the smoke clear a little bit. Back when Floyd was at that one division, it was killers over there. Floyd got up out of there. Came back and fought Marquez. Man, it was some killers down there, man. Man. I fucks with TBE, but I saw what he did there. You said I'm being disingenuous. Boots not rated as high in WBL. I think he's like number 3 or something, right? I think he's like number 3 in the WBO or something. Either way, he's rated pretty high. But hey, we go see. Fight or vacate. Are they really in negotiations? Spence go right into a fight with Terrence Crawford. He gets respect over here. Took long enough, though. It took long enough. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like fucking pulling teeth. It took for the WBA to lock Ugas away, and for Jerome Ennis to be, and for Kadyrov to lose to that guy, for Jerome Ennis to be next, for him this shit to seem like it to manifest into something. It took way too long. Now this is something that you could put on pay-per-view. A fight that's been built up for years. 2 established, proven fighters in the sport. This is a fight that you could put on pay-per-view, not Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz, or Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios and Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz. None of those fights should have been on pay-per-view. But this one should definitely be on pay-per-view. But really, Jerome Ennis is just wrong for a lot of reasons. Will that fight be able to do? How would that fight do on pay-per-view? Spence and Boots, because we know Spence ain't fighting unless it's on pay-per-view. That type of fight wouldn't even do well. So I mean, all roads lead to Terrence Crawford, man. I'm tired of saying it. All roads lead to Bud, but he should have been giving his fans some ammo. Because now his fans is they saying things like, oh well, killers move in silence. Nah, because Crawford was silent. Y'all telling him to talk back when Spence was hooping and hollering. And now Spence quiet. Now killers move in silence. Man, come on, man. Just make the fight so we can actually talk about the fight. And all the politics surrounding the fight, not purse splits and ticket sales. Hey, Damian Walters, it's like all the cards literally fell into place. Literally fell into place. The cards literally fell into place. Boxing moved out of the way for Errol Spence to make this fight. And they put Boots right there just to make sure he does it. That's what happened. Yep, that's what happened. And then they got Virgil Ortiz over here too, just in case. So Dano says there is no way Boots is fighting Spence is fighting Boots before Bud. Nah, I don't see it. Yeah, they change up this. They change up really quick, man. Um, they change up really quick, man. They was loving, like I said, Spencer's the Pootie Tang of boxing. I don't know if my mic was on, but he's like the Pootie Tang of boxing. He could be like, shout out Ted. They go wild over it. He don't even got to say shit. Dude's the Pootie Tang of boxing. He can't do no wrong. Ducking all this damn time. Got to the point where he started getting slandered by fans. The beloved Errol Spence. Just, do he care? Well, now he do, because now Boots is here. He said Spence about to vacate. No, that'd be a bad move at this point. He gonna have to deal with Jerome Ennis if he don't make the fight with Crawford. But like I said, they alleged to be in negotiations. You probably gonna start seeing more of it in the boxing community, that this thing is in negotiations. And usually when it's quiet, it's been quiet. So we just have to wait and see. It's the only logical fight to make at welterweight right now. The only really big fight to make. He said Spence is trying to find a tune-up. No, Spence said he don't take tune-ups, man. That's for those who are unsure of themselves. This is the big fish that survived the car accident that was unbreakable. So I expect him to live by that. Django Fest said, I actually think there's bad blood between Crawford and Spence because of all the nonsense going on. Yeah, it probably developed some bad blood over the time, especially on Crawford's end, because he was receiving a lot of criticism and slander simply just from wanting to fight. But, you know, the whole Bob Arum and you shouldn't have signed with Bob. There's a lot of stupid, lame-ass shit because his Errol Spence fans saw the energy that he was portraying, so they put up their quick defense mechanism and said, you know what, it's because he's over there with this guy and he's known to do fighters wrong and fuck Bob Arum and all this. That's what happened. That's what happened. But if Terrence Crawford's name was Miguel Torres or something, he probably would have hopped all over him. Yes, it will, Marvelous Williams. Errol Spence got the most important move in boxing right now. Everybody's watching as to what Errol Spence's next move is going to be. What is his next move going to be? Are you going to give are you going to finally give boxing fans what they want? Are you going to finally do that? Are you going to finally shut up your critics that's saying that you're ducking Terrence Crawford? I know you got to just be itching to do that, right? To prove to the world that you're not scared of this guy. Because everybody think you're scared now. You keep Thurman 2.0. You're the big chicken. You need to man up. No Smoke Jr. I mean, they got all kinds of nicknames for you now. You let that shit drag out way too long. Your fans been doing a good job of playing damage control. Until this thing gets made, you need to get him a morale boost because they dying out here. Salute to Kofi's Universe. You guys go subscribe to Kofi's Universe. Yep. And that's right. Smash that like button for your boy. That's right. Smash that like button. Yeah. Spence waited too long. He waited too long. And now that shit just got real. You know? Yeah, I think Crawford will fight Boots too. Of course, that fight will be a high risk, low reward type of fight, honestly. Because outside of the hardcore fans, nobody knows who Jerome Ennis is. It would just be him fighting the potential top guy from the next wave. The top guy from the old guard versus the top guy from the new guard, so to speak. But see, boxing typically don't move that type of way. That's usually how martial artists move. So we'll see. I don't see Crawford avoiding a fight with Jerome Ennis. I just don't see it. He don't want to go through this shit Spence was going through, do he? Because Spence is looked at in a different light by a lot of fans right now. And the only way he can really fix this shit is if he makes this fight with Bud. Or get forced into a fight with Ennis. Mini Mike says, I don't think Boots is ready. It's hard to say. You know what I'm saying? He seemed like he has a lot going for him. He got the size, the speed, the reach. He has everything going for him. He'll probably have most of the advantage going to any fight with any other welterweight, including Bud, just because of his size. So really, a lot of people say Boots Ennis is really like a 154-pounder. He said, "Let's be real. Spence and Crawford will never happen." Hey, I'm heard they negotiate behind the scenes. That's right, I'm Dave. You accept a Twitter offer? Come on, bro. These dudes is talking about Twitter offers and numbers. Spence was simply yelling in the public. They literally acting like that was a real offer. That they actually sat down behind the scenes, quiet, but nobody even knew they was talking about it. And this is what happened when the doors opened. Oh yeah, he tried to offer me 640. I didn't want it. Nah, it wasn't even nothing like that. It was just Spence saying, well, he got to take this and that and whatever we give him. And it was just him hollering numbers on live videos and to the zone and shit. It wasn't no real formal, nothing formal. Maybe they had a FaceTime or something and Spence was lowballing the shot of him from what I heard. He had a FaceTime. Spence was lowballing the shot of him. Talking about, I don't know. And maybe said, man, come on, man. So let me go see if I was an agenda-driven guy or had narrative-driven guy, I'll be pushing a narrative that Spence is being forced into this fight with Crawford, just like how they would be doing. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even like that. But essentially, that's what's happening. He's being forced into this fight. Because I don't think he would fight Crawford. He wouldn't even fight Crawford if he didn't have to. He wouldn't fight. He wouldn't fight Crawford. He said, my mic is going in. Hold on. How's my mic? Y'all hear me good? He said my mic going in. Maybe it's because I'm not in front of it all the time. He said, forced. It's been years. Yeah. It's been years, man. He said Spence might rematch Mikey or Danny. He better not do that. But the Spence fans, they're going to do what they got to do to protect their guy. But good news for boxing fans. They it's rumored that they're working out something behind the scenes. But you got to start talking shit, Errol. You got to start talking that shit, man. You said the open public negotiation, yeah. That's a way to prevent a fight not from happening. When these guys, like I said before, when these guys start talking numbers in the public, fights tend to not happen because that's not how fights really get made. You don't really talk numbers in the public. You can talk about whooping somebody's ass and all that, but when we talking business and numbers, well, we can do that behind closed doors. I don't want people all up in my business like that. They be up in it anyway. It was a clever stall tactic. I give them that. Yeah, this fanboy era is really bad, dude. Mini Mike. Really bad. This is why this welterweight fight right here, it needs to hurry up and happen. It needs to happen. Because it'll answer a shit ton of questions that fans been wondering for years. Years in the making type shit. It really should have been advertised and promoted better throughout these years. You know what I'm saying? It should have been advertised and promoted better throughout these years. But he said that when I see the press conference, that's when I believe it. I hear you, man. But hey, I'm hearing it from a strong source, so we just gotta wait and see, man. I'm hoping it's true because I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of talking about the politics. I'm tired of talking about this dude ducking. I want to talk about the actual matchup and the fight itself. I already know who's gonna win, but I need to see it happen. Salute to Damone Danes for the super chat. He said was a fan of Shag, Free Smoke, EJ. Where did he go? Oh yeah, the one with the shag on the back. Yeah, he left, man. He been gone. That Errol Spence been gone, bro. He been gone. He was out of there. Hey, Marvelous Williams, you never saw that. Fans, that's some new age fan stuff. Arguing over what a fighter deserves and his purse splits, and even fans who not necessarily into that type of shit gets lured into it because that's the narrative that's being pushed, that it's because of the money and all this other stuff. So I guess that's just one of the things that come with boxing. That's just one of the things that come in boxing. But yeah, Jerome Ennis came out with an interview on my boy YSM Sports Media channel. Y'all go subscribe to my boy YSM Sports Media. He had an interview with Jerome Ennis, and Jerome Ennis, he coming. He ain't taking no step aside. He said fight or vacate. He's sonning Errol Spence. So it'll be in Errol Spence's best interest to make this fight with Crawford. Let's see how many likes we got. It'll be in his best interest to make the fight with Bud at this point. You do not want to deal with Jerome Ennis. You don't want that, but you don't want to have to deal with that if you don't have to. Yeah, a young hungry fighter like Jerome Ennis, bro. Errol Spence will have a hard time. Let me see how many likes we got. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. 54 likes for 94. Oh, come on, man. Y'all got to give me more likes than that, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to hit that like button, man. I had to fire off. Salute to Q the guy for the super chat. He says, Shout out to Bushido. I just started my YouTube channel, Lost Art of Boxing. I uploaded some content already in the Hall of Fame. Did you check it out? Pause. Absolutely. You guys go check out Q the God's new boxing channel. He just started a boxing channel called Lost Art of Boxing. He says uploaded some content already in Hall of Fame. Yeah, so yeah, go subscribe to Q the God's boxing channel. He just started a channel, you guys. Go check him out. He said, Jay Cooley says Bud gets his ass whooped by Errol, not just he said Boots gets his ass whooped by Bud gets his ass whooped by Boots. I mean, nah, I don't see it. I think Crawford gave Jerome Ennis a hell of a night. Jerome Ennis, I mean, he looks really good. I'm not even gonna sit here and like fake the funk. Even though I know the opposition that he's been in there with was inferior to him and smaller and shit like that, he looks fucking damn impressive doing it. He looks damn impressive. The fighters know. You can even see it from Crawford. He knows that Jerome Ennis is a problem. He knows it. Young, hungry, talented. But I think within the next year or two, Crawford can get him. But the longer that type of fight takes to make, if Crawford's still sticking around within the next 2 years, he'll likely be at 54. Boost probably be at 54. I mean, he going to have to see him anyway. So he might as well hop on him now. After he beat up on Spence, then go up there and beat up on Boots. Yes, right, Marvelous Williams. Crawford is Errol's big bag left. Everybody else gone. Everybody else gone. Ain't nobody else. What you gonna do? Fight Charlo? What are you gonna do? Fight Castano? His grace says Boots still lacks sound defense and has yet to be tested against a solid fighter with footwork. Does well with stationary fights though. Yeah, I mean there's gonna be that criticism for Jerome Ennis. I mean, we haven't seen him in there with anybody to where we could really truly see where he's really at. If things wasn't going his way, how would he react? How would he make adjustments? We never seen it. And I think that's some of the most important things when looking at a promising young fighter is how will he deal with adversity? How will he handle things when it's not going his way? Because for all his fights so far, it looked like everything's been going his way. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. Make it look way too easy. It looks damn impressive doing it too. Flashy. I mean, Jerome Ennis is that guy. But there's going to be questions because we just haven't seen him tested. We've seen Crawford tested. We've seen Spence tested. We've seen these guys, deal with some adversity in fights and where they had to, we've seen it. We've seen what happens when they get hit. But we haven't seen any of that from Boots yet. And that's just the difference. You know what I'm saying? On paper, looking at the eye test, Jerome Ennis looks like a anime character or some shit. The way he fights and just he does seem like he can just do it everything. Not to mention he has the size. He's going to have the size advantage over all these dudes. It's going to be tough, man. Hey, you ain't lying, Mini Mike. For real. It's unfortunate that a brother had to get trapped in the corner. But that's just the way this division played out. But Canelo definitely needs to get trapped. But guess what? He's Canelo. He's the Houdini of boxing. He will never get caught. He will find a way out. He always do. He'll make his own weight class. You know what I'm saying? And see, Spence don't got that kind of juice to make up his own weight class. And right now, Spence, see, Canelo can get away with just leaving a whole division, right? See, Errol Spence, he can't do that. He can't just up and leave now. He had to fight one of these two guys or even maybe Virgil Ortiz. Canelo Alvarez is a guy who can say, oh, you know what? There's Charlo right here. Here's Boo Boo Andre right there. You know what? Let me just go on up and get the fuck up out of here. See, he can do that and get a pass from his fans, from everybody. But see, Errol Spence, that'll get shunned upon. He just can't do it. And you know why. Unfortunately, he just can't do shit like that. But right now, we got to settle this thing with him and Terrence Crawford. This would be the first time in a long time. Well, we got two primed. Well, I'll just still push that notion. Two primed black fighters in a prime. Both undefeated. Both at the top of their game, both champions. When last time we seen something like that? I mean, it has to happen. Yeah, Canelo. They made Canelo made his own weight class. Then you hear rumors about him and Usyk. Man, watch Usyk go out there and start pity patting. He can't bust a grape all of a sudden, and then he gets knocked out. Then it's going to make AJ look like he did. Man, come on, dude. Just stop even entertaining Canelo Alvarez, man. Because if you ain't gonna go up in there to beat him, I don't even want to see it. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm with you. I'm hoping it's true, but from the source, it's a really, really, really solid source, man. I can't reveal it, but just take my word for it. It is a solid source. So we just got to see how this plays out, man. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna be looking because it's time to fight or vacate. Yeah, man. AJ, fighters need to ignore that dude, man. I'm getting sick, man. Yeah, they talking about him and Usyk. Man, nobody wants to see that, man. Like, get that shit up out of here, bro. Hey, this is gonna tell all about Errol Spence, Sam Scott. It's gonna tell all, man, because like you said here, he fought a lot of guys that he had advantages over. Most of the guys he had advantages over. Whether it was size, reach, strength, height. He has some type of, or nearly all advantages against most of his fights. So is Errol Spence truly prepared for a dynamic fighter like Terrence Crawford or another dynamic, young, hungry fighter like Jerome Ennis? Hey, you ain't lying, Diablo. If Bud does beat Boots, right? Let's just say hypothetically he fights Boots. It's gonna be, well, Boots was too young and he didn't never fought nobody anyway. It's gonna be that for sure. For sure. The difference in that fight, though, for me, because I do think Jerome Ennis probably be Crawford's toughest fight at this point. Originally, it was Keith Thurman some years ago. But Keith Thurman, I mean, we don't even know where he's at. So I'm feeling that stylistically, Jerome Ennis will be Terrence Crawford's toughest fight. However, I think Terrence Crawford, we just don't know if Boots has that dog like Crawford has. If Boots getting his ass whooped, getting beat up, will he fold or will he fight back? Will he figure it out? Will he be able to out-adjust a guy like Terrence Crawford, who's shown that he's been able to deal with any style you put in front of him? And a lot of the guys he didn't have advantages over. Maybe the reach because he has some freakishly long arms. But other than that, he didn't have advantages over some of the guys he fought. Unlike guys like Boots and Spence, who had a mass majority of the advantages. Now, Spence and Porter clearly was the faster guy. He said that's what Boots is supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he do what he's supposed to do, man. I mean, that's what I said. Boots looks phenomenal, but it's really, truly hard to say until we see him get hit in the mouth. That's just my thing, I just need to see him tested to where he had to deal with some type of adversity. We may not even see it until he goes up to like 154, 160. We might not even see it. Because when he did get hit, it seemed like it didn't even, like it was nothing. They're going to start calling him a weight bully and shit too. Watch. Yeah, Virgil Ortiz got a good jab, and he's going to only get better. Dominique Drummer says, I don't think nobody can outjust Crawford. Yes, I have a hard time seeing it too, honestly. I have in the current crop of fighters, I have a hard time seeing anybody out adjust Terrence Crawford. Yeah, you might can hit him. Yeah, you might land some shots. Yeah, you may even win some rounds, but are you going to win a fight? Hey, they say Porter was stronger. Salute to GK Black. He said they say Porter was stronger, and we saw Bud throw him around in the ring. Yeah, we saw that, bro. That really happened. We got 106 people in the building. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. We got news that, well, there's a rumor that the Crawford Spence fight is in negotiations, man. So we go see something manifest. I mean, it seemed like it should be, at this point, we should be getting something, right? We should be getting something. Wow. And with Jerome Ennis is right there. I mean, shit, dude, what you go do? What you go do? Hold up. Yeah, for the people who saw my last previous video, I'm not gonna. I decided not to talk about the whole PBC thing because that's a pretty sensitive subject. Even if you just talking about it, it's extreme taboo. It's extreme taboo. Because that was something else I was going to talk about, the situation with PBC, but I had a sample of it earlier and they came for me, so you can't even ask the questions about it. What's up, Billy Ware? I see you in the building. You said you got Virgil beating Boots? Oh my God. I don't know about all that, bro. I think Virgil had the harder run, though. Let's be honest. Yes, Virgil fought the tougher guys. Yes, he has, absolutely, without a shot of a doubt. Virgil fought the tougher guys. He did. He fought some tougher guys. Bruce Ennis fought a lot of guys that was 140 pounders. And that's just me being honest. A lot of those dudes were smaller guys. But we seen Virgil in there with some former champions. We seen him in there with some people, man. And we seen him in there with some people, some names. Some guys that been in there with some guys. He said Conor Ben fought better competition. Damn. See, now y'all coming for Boots, huh? Boots, to Boot, in Boots' defense, he can't get the fights, though. We know how that goes in boxing, you guys. When you're a guy that's really fucking good, it's going to be hard for you to get the fights unless you got the right people behind you. And then it just so happens Bruce Ennis started off in a very, very political division in boxing. It's too political at welterweight. Hold on, let me see. It's too political. He said, I like Boots, but I'm saying, hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you. Salute to Summer Clayton. I see you in the building. What's going on? Y'all hit that like button for your boy. Hold on, let me see something. We got 77 likes with 103 people in the chat right now. Easy Work Boxing. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, y'all go subscribe to Easy Work Boxing. He gonna hit you everywhere but up under your feet. Go subscribe to my dude, Easy Work Boxing. He says, didn't I tell y'all they coming for Boots now? Hey, they coming. They coming, man. They coming for Boots. It's like a three-headed dragon situation going on right now. And now Jerome Ennis finds himself in a situation to where he's right there by the fight with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Of course, if Spence makes the fight with Crawford, then Bruce Ennis is going to have to wait. And then the winner of the Crawford-Spence fight the winner of the Crawford Spence fight will probably likely have to deal with Jerome Ennis. I see Spence. Let's just say hypothetically, if Spence beats Bud, Spence likely will move up. If Crawford beats Spence, Crawford might stick around. He might stick around. I see him maybe sticking around for Ennis or Keith Thurman. Depending on how Keith Thurman looks, right? If Keith Thurman has some momentum, if he can come back, I think Bud wants to fight him. But if pressed by Ennis or mandated, I think he'll fight him. He got a reputation to uphold. There's no Bob Arum or no shit. And if he's mandated to fight even a young killer like Ennis, then Bud will have to fight him. But Bernie already said Bud to fight Boots. So he said, I just don't like skipping steps. That's all. Hey, I feel you, bro. I feel you. We just got to see. Jerome Ennis got a lot of hype behind him. He looks like he's the goods. Comes from a fighting family. Got everything going for him. He had a lot going for him. He just needs the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And we also need to see him in a fight where he could truly be tested, where he could truly deal with some type of adversity. But it's gonna be hard to say if we go really see that, considering how look how big he is. Hold on, where's that video at? He's huge. He looks like a middleweight, a bona fide middleweight. He probably walks around close to 180, 190. Baki Hanma says the only reason why the welterweight division is political is because Spence letting it be political. Yeah, now that's what I was hoping from Spence early on when he first came on the scene. He was talking so good. I was hoping he was going to be the guy that was going to really bring boxing back to, just the best fighting the best. And none of this stalling out Mayweather Pacquiao shit. Even though I was a fan of Floyd, I didn't like that stalling out shit. But Spence ended up doing it any fucking way. He ended up doing it too. But he got a loyal fan base that's go be there to make sure they cover his ass by any means. And I guess that's the big benefit of being a guy from Texas. Yeah, I mean, you right. I mean, size don't matter, but let's be honest. Jerome Ennis is a more talented, more experienced fighter, I would say, than AJ. Jerome Ennis comes from a fighting family. He's been boxing his whole life. AJ started as a teenager, right? AJ's only hope to beat Usyk was to just rush him down and just fight him. Don't sit there try to outbox this dude. What's wrong with you? He said Boots in his shoe size is gonna be too big for the division. Man, he's huge, man. He'll give anybody trouble just because of his size alone. He may be able to really take their punches a lot better. Then he's young too, so he can still cut the weight pretty comfortably. You know what I'm saying? He's a problem. Yeah, AJ started boxing like at 18 or something. Yeah. Boots been boxing his whole life. Not to mention his dad and his brother's fault. You know, it's different. He said, could y'all stop talking down on TB? Nobody talking down on TBE, man. But that Pacquiao fight took too long. I'm not saying it was his fault either. I remember how it played out. Pacquiao didn't want to take the test, and he said that he don't like needles, but he had tattoos. Pacquiao was on some bullshit. He was capping. And Floyd suspected that this dude was on some roids. I mean, let's be honest. How do your head grow as a man? How do your head get bigger? How do your head get bigger? And every time y'all notice, every time we was talking about Pacquiao, I always talk about look at his melon, look at his skull. Look how big his fucking head is. So yeah, Floyd may have heard something, may have been on to something. The reason why he was a little hesitant and was just hopping right in there with Manny. We seen what happened when you waive your rights to fight Manny when he fought Keith and Adrian Broner. an advanced aged Manny. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. He said Canelo got a big head too. Yeah, man. And he got them little like they say them little needle injections, they be on your stomach and they don't necessarily go anywhere because you got to keep injecting yourself there. There's some guys with some interesting videos about that shit and how they suspect that he's on some shit and they show you proof and the reasons why. And it's like, oh shit. This dude right really be on shit. I mean, let's be honest. When you move up in weight, how are you keeping your physique? Now, some dudes got naturally good genetics, but Canelo Alvarez is able to move up multiple weight classes, and his physique looks exactly the same. He still has that six-pack, rock-hard abs. Like, where's the fat at, bro? Like, where's the flab at? Where's the weight? Nah, he looks exactly the same. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know anything about the science behind the weight cutting and the PEDs. I know a little bit about it, but shit. All I know is that it looks weird when you, let's be honest, Mexican guys don't necessarily have the physiques like that, right? And so how is this dude able to move up 5 or 6 weight classes and still have them abs and still look shredded? We go see if he fights at cruiserweight and he still looks like he did at fucking junior middleweight. Yeah, that dude on some shit for sure. You don't just put on weight and don't lose nothing unless you just bulk up and put on muscle. But if I see rock hard abs on that motherfucker and he's fighting at 190, 200, yeah, he on some bullshit, bro. Hey, I like that. I like that what Blair said too. He said you can box, but can you fucking fight? That's right. I like that from Blair to Flair Cobbs because he had a point. And this is what a lot of people. That's what I goes back to what I was saying. I need to see him deal with something, get into a fight. You know what I'm saying? There's just a few questions. It's not nothing that we don't do with any other fighter. We haven't seen him in that situation yet. Kush the Greatest says Boots is big, athletic, and all, but what happens when he go up against a true boxer who is going to make him? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I guess we got to just wait and see, man. Jerome Ennis is here. He ain't going nowhere. And the only time will tell soon. Now, we seen him, only time I seen him have any kind of real trouble is in his fights with Gary Antoine Russell. Gary Russell Jr.'s little brother, the 140-pounder. Not Antonio Russell, but Antoine. And Antoine Russell's a beast, though. And he was putting that heat on Ennis. And you know how he was stopping Ennis from doing what he was doing? Keeping his pressure on him. Not to mention, dude could fucking fight. And he had the speed to keep up with him. With an aggressive style. Really aggressive. All over him. Didn't let Ennis even have time to think. All over him. Roger Wellington says Errol is the best at 147, hands down. Put the money up, man. That sounds good. But I don't think he's as confident as you are, bro. Otherwise, this thing, we'd be talking about the rematch right now. You know, I wish Spence was as confident as his fans are. His fans are super confident in him still, despite everything that we've been seeing. I mean, a guy like Terrence Crawford has been consistently staying in the gym, always in shape, always ready to go. He's on shape on top of shape on top of shape on top of shape. Spence couldn't even get past his last fight camp, bro. It's a race, and he's behind. It just so happens he's one of the names in the sport, and he got belts. So he got to really, really play catch up. How good is his condition? I'm sure Spence is in good shape. I've seen Spence work in the gym. That motherfucker's a beast. No bullshit. That motherfucker's a beast. He knows how to work. But a guy like Crawford also knows how to work. And he's been working. He said, I bet 1,000 Bud stop him. Davion Penn says, with Boots though. But I guess I want to see him get shine with the next wave. Hashtag Bud versus Boots is the fight in the welterweight. Spence is the new hashtag one-time Thurman. Yeah, Crawford. I mean, Spence didn't necessarily look good on that footage they showed either when he was, that little. I don't know why they released that footage. Billy Ware says I got 2K that Boots stops Boots and Bud stop Spence. Yeah, I think Spence gets stopped by. I see both guys stopping him. Just stylistically, they are really, really, really bad fights with Errol Spence. Just stylistically, they're just really bad fights for that guy. That's why he should have been on his A game. Should have been staying sharp, learning new tricks. Adding new elements to his game so he won't be so predictable, so textbook. You know what I'm saying? And is that, like I said in my last live, this tends to happen with the PBC guys a lot. These guys get stale, they get stagnant, their hunger goes away. They're not as hungry as they once was. You know what I'm saying? That happens quite a bit. We got 133 people in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. He said, how do I see a guy that's to stop? Because he's going up against guys that do nothing but stop people. And Errol Spence is probably not at his, come on, man. He's been at the weight a long time. There's a lot of shit. I don't want to give him no excuses because he's the big fish. But I understand that these guys are human and they go through real shit. Mentally and physically, he may not even be that same guy. But you know what? He has to do what he got to do. He said, Bud hasn't fought the caliber of fighter Spence has until they were Spence leftovers. Real talk, and I'm a Bud fan. I mean, that's a nice little narrative or nice little way of thinking. But unfortunately, Spence isn't one of those guys that fought him. It took guys like Sean Porter and Kell Brook to step up to Terrence Crawford. Guys like Amir Khan, guys like Jose Benavidez, guys like Mean Machine that challenged the pound for pound king, not the big fish of the welterweights. It wasn't him. It was those guys, those B-level guys that had nothing to lose that stepped up. Anybody that pulled up to Terrence Crawford and challenged him, he fought him. Yeah, see, Drizzy Kale, this is why I can't really. I know I got some friends that are Spence fans, but guys like this dude right here, see, he may be just new to boxing, but the Spence Nation was screaming for Terrence Crawford to fight Sean Porter. We were not asking for that fucking fight. We wanted Errol Spence. But guess what? Oh, no, he needs to fight Sean Porter. Well, he beats the shit out of Sean, stops him. Oh, well, Sean was leftovers. Man, fuck them dudes, bro. Fuck them. I'm not about to deal with irrational asshole motherfuckers on this boxing shit. That's just complete ignorant, stupid ass shit. Salute to Rice Eater 79. He says, I recognize Spence wasn't what he claimed in the Mikey fight. Was a fan, but the dude went for KO, went for the KO in rounds 9 through 12, then lied and said he wanted to box. Hey, my boy, loyal to the game, said he was it that fight or the Campo? I think it was the Mikey fight. He said he was at the fight. He said Spence was bullshitting, playing a game and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Spence was bullshitting, bro. You know, he waited till people paid for him to go on pay-per-view to show he could box. Like, bro, we know you could box. Why you just didn't stop Mikey? Well, that's a dope avatar too, Rice Eater. I see who that is. Chitlins and egg rolls. Salute for the super chat. He said Sean was Keith and Brooke leftovers first. Right. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes just come on here and say anything. And it gets irritating because do you really follow boxing? So if that's the case, Sean is Kell Brooks and Keith's leftovers too. And Spence fought him. Like, And I wouldn't call Porter's nobody's leftovers. I mean, dude gave everybody hell. Sean Porter gave everybody hell. He said Bo Mack even said Team Butt took the road. That's an old debunked narrative from some bozos that tried to save the day, and it just didn't work out for them. I'm tired of explaining that whole WBO shit. Crawford was the super champion, so he had access to go up to 147. You only could do that when you're considered the super champion in WBO. IBF don't necessarily do that. You can go up to fight the championship. They don't do that. Not to mention, they hit him with a purse bid 11 days after beating Ndango to fight Sergey Lipinets. So he vacated the belt. So when he moved up, he didn't even have all 4 belts. He had 3. Because IBF was trying to strong arm him. I remember because I was around back then. And this is before everybody started hating on Crawford. This is back when everybody loved Bud. Box fans was like, what the hell? Why are they making him fight? He just won a belt. Let him enjoy his time as a champ. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to make him go right into a mandatory fight. But a lot of people wasn't around back then. They just got into boxing when a big fish came out to sea. They came out to sea with the big fish, the school of fish. They wasn't around back then to know those things. But your boy Bushido's here to tell you that's what happened. Right after Crawford beat Ndango, IBF was right on his heels to make him fight Lipinets. He was like, man, hell, I'm going up, bro. Take this mama. Paying that fee either. He went up to fight Jeff Horn because Jeff Horn was the guy that beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was the man at the time. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. They told Crawford to get a belt. That's what Crawford did everything box fans asked him. A stubborn ass Midwest dude, and us Midwest guys are extremely stubborn. He did everything boxing fans asked him. He left Bob Arum. He beat up on Sean Porter. He fought somebody. He got a belt. He did everything everybody asked. What's up? And then he even came out of his shell and started talking more shit. He even did that. He even started mentioning Spence's name. Remember that? Oh, he don't even want to mention Spence's name. Come on, bro. He did everything boxing fans asked of him. What has Errol Spence done? Nothing. Maybe. It's gonna happen. Oh, we'll see. What is he doing here? Oh, I'm going to my ring. Man, come on, bro. All this uncertainty with this guy. But like I said, the rumors that I heard is that they are in negotiations. But it also leads me to believe that if they are in negotiations, why don't you give us something? Give your fans something, because they over here capping, bro. Give them something fresh, because we tired of running these dudes over. We tired of running your Spence Nation over with facts, bro. Give them something. Tell them that I'm going to show them that I'm the king of the welterweights. You know they going to go wild because you the Pootie Tang of boxing. Shout out to Ed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pacquiao wanted too much money to fight Crawford. I think Crawford's biggest mistake was just really chasing the Pacquiao fight. Now, even though the Pacquiao fight was a fight that he really, really needed to take his career to the next level, it was ended up being a bad. And you live and you learn, man. I mean, it was a bad mistake chasing Manny. Manny wanted a lot of money. You know, he had to deal with Top Rank again just to get the fight. They made some false promises, and a lot of that shit didn't fall through for him. So now he's 34 years old. At least he's still at the top of his game. You know, then you go see what he could do from here. But chasing Manny Pacquiao was a waste of time. That was a waste of time. Hopefully chasing Spence ain't a waste of time either, because he's been chasing dudes. Bud's been chasing dudes, man. Somebody needs to make a video of him running and him like the other dude running and him like chasing him and shit. Somebody needs to do that edit. Hey, Cerebral, Bud would have definitely stopped Mikey Garcia without a shadow of a doubt. He would have beat the hell out of Mikey. Mikey didn't even want to go near that fight. Billy Ware says Errol built the Errol Spence Highway over the other side of the street boulevard in Dallas, Texas, and it has the most traffic. Right. Jesus Christ. He said, boy has chased, bro. He's chased Pacquiao, bro. He came on video on the Porterway podcast after whooping Sean and said, I've been chasing him. I got the video on the channel. It did like 25,000 views. He said he was chasing this dude. He said it several times. They say I'm chasing him. Yeah, I'm chasing you. He said, yeah, he chasing him. They making fun of Bud because he chasing him, chasing the fight. Yeah, I'm chasing you. Why the fuck you running? And this is what I said about almost a year ago in one of my videos. Terrence Crawford, guys like him, Gary Russell, Demetrius Andrade, they in the wrong era of boxing. This fight with Spence should have happened about 2 years ago. All talk. Now, how's it talk, bro? Crawford was the guy that didn't talk. Now it's all talk. He left Bob Arum. He beat up on Sean Porter. He smoked Kell Brook. He got more title defenses than Errol Spence does at this weight now, bro. Crawford has 6 title defenses. 6 title defenses at welterweight. How many does Spence have? I don't even know. I don't even know. He don't fight. Crawford lapping Errol Spence, bro. He's the year he resigned with Bob. Man, you know what those dudes were saying in 2018. What was they saying? Go get a belt. He ain't done nothing. He on the wrong side of the street. He ain't fought nobody. All those punk ass dudes was high siding on Terrence Crawford. And really thinking back on it at that time, see, time has passed, you know, but thinking back at that time, they was some busters. Every last one of them. Because when Jeff Horn had that belt, they was ready. They was ready. Ooh, let's hop on him, the Aussie. Let's hop on him. Then once Crawford got it, oh, nobody wants the WB no belt. Man, all them dudes was some hoes. And that's what keeps all of them, that's what they get. Thinking back on it, that's what they get. Yep. If they ain't ready to deal with Crawford or Boost, that's what they get. Just thinking back on it. All the bullshit. I remember all this shit like it was yesterday. I got a whole playlist of this Spence Crawford saga. The whole playlist from pretty much the beginning. He on the wrong side of the street. He created the street. Didn't even try to make the fight. Didn't even want to test himself or prove to the world that he was the best. He let a little dude come up and bully him. He let the little dude come up and say, this is my house now. Crawford's the little dude. He come up and say, this is my house now. He said, boy, fighting bums at 147. Are you like back in like, that was an old narrative, bro. I think that one, you haven't been around in a while, JV. You know, y'all new one is back to, I think the new one you guys are using. Let me catch you up. I think the new one you're using is why he requesting to be the mandatory with the IBF if he's going to get 35%. That's what you're supposed to be saying. All that got debunked years ago, him fighting bums. You know, a lot of those guys that Crawford fought. See, you must be new to boxing. But if your favorite YouTuber didn't tell you, just because these guys don't got the names, you know, we've seen what these names look like, right? Like Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, flat fighters, just flat, don't look like, they don't even like they got anything left. Keith Thurman, we haven't seen in years. Just because they a name don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. He said Bud gonna have his hands full with Spence. I mean, we'll see. I don't think so. Spence ain't been doing nothing. Yeah, Billy Ware. They calling Porter a bum. Porter's a bum all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? These guys ain't real boxing fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence brought these weirdos to the boxing game, bro. These dudes ain't real boxing. How dare you call Sean Porter a bum? You know what I'm saying? Kell Brook only lost to Triple G and Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, 3 of the best guys in boxing. How dare you? These lames, bro. Kell Brook only lost to Triple G, Errol Spence, and Terrence Crawford. 3 of the best names in the fucking sport of boxing. Man, these dudes on. Sean Porter's a bum, but he fought every welterweight there is and gave most of them a tough fight. But he's a bum. Why? Because Bud beat him. But when Errol Spence beat him, before Errol Spence fought, he's an interstate free fighter. Then once Errol Spence beat him, oh, yeah, Sean Porter, he's a great fighter. Yeah, Terrence Crawford going to have to beat him first. Show that he can handle Errol Spence, the big fish. He said that wasn't the same Kell Brook. Probably was a better Kell Brook. Kell Brook, when he fought Errol Spence, was a weight-drained Kell Brook, right? He was a guy that was campaigning at 160, just got his head beat in by Triple G. Then 6 months later, he had to squeeze back down to 147 with the rehydration limit that the IBF has, then go fight Errol Spence. He still gave Errol Spence hell. But at least when he fought Crawford, he was in the best shape of his career. He had time off, time to get his mind right, time to heal up. He was coming off 2 wins. And just because Crawford hit him with the 1-inch punch, oh, well, he was a bum. How about we just give Crawford his fucking credit? How about we do that? Because you may not see another motherfucker like him. Yeah, that's how they do it. They switch the narrative quick once, oh, he needs to fight Porter. That was a strong narrative that they was pushing. They, almost like he was the guard dog for Errol Spence Jr. And then all of a sudden, he ain't shit. Throw Errol Spence in there and we see what's up. Salute to Rice Eater for the super chat. He says Bud beat champions when they were undefeated. Can you say Spence fans name any top fighter Spence beat who hasn't already been beat someone that was leftovers? Just one. Nah, they can't, bro. Who did he beat? Was Mikey Garcia undefeated? Yeah, other than that, who else? Man, Crawford lapping this dude in accomplishments and everything, bro. These dudes just don't know nothing about boxing. 16 title defenses, 3-way divisions. How many belts? Like 6 or 7? Spence only got 2. He barely rubbing them together. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. Lapping these dudes. He got more knockouts than Errol Spence got fights. It's not even close. And he's still at the top of his game. He stopped Sean Porter, something Errol Spence couldn't do. Errol Spence went tooth and nail, life and death. Terrence Crawford, he got him up out of there. Sean Porter daddy was so scared he threw in the towel. His dad didn't even think about throwing in the towel against Spence. Why? Because Spence was getting his ass kicked. That's why. See, a lot of Spence fans came up in here with that irrational bullshit. That big fish bullshit. He's lapping him. What you mean? With my bias, he's lapping dude. Well, he's lapping dude. Career-wise and all, bro. Come on. He's lapping him. He's lapping this dude, bro. How many weight classes Spence conquered? None. Come on, man. How many lineal titles he got? None. Come on, man. How many Fighter of the Year awards he get? None. How many fight? Man, come on, man. He lapping this dude. If you match, if they had a list of the accolades, you put them side by side. Come on, man. It's not even close, bro. It's laughable. But see, that's the reality Spence fans don't like to see or hear. Because Crawford was with Bob Arum and all this fuck shit. Now, I'm not even an EJ hater, but when you come on here with that irrational bullshit And then you get debunked. See, when they got nothing to say, they say, "Oh, well, he must have owed you money." It's just, come on, man. Like, these dudes don't know shit about boxing, bro. Errol Spence fans don't know shit about boxing. None of them. They don't know shit about boxing. That's right, I said it. None of Errol Spence fans know anything about boxing. They all came out of nowhere within the past 2 or 3 years. These motherfuckers don't know shit. And your favorite YouTuber is lying to you. They're not telling you the truth because it's lucrative to run with the fucking lie. Errol Spence ain't the truth. This motherfucker is terrified of this dude. Every time he's in his presence, he's shook. He's spooked. He's spooked. He is too damn scared. See, now I'm going there. I was cool with Errol Spence prior to these assholes coming in here. And then when you start talking about Sean Porter as a bum and shit like that, then that's a problem, because we're not gonna tolerate that type of disrespect here for a warrior like Sean Porter. That's just unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That bum gave your favorite fighter his toughest fucking fight. Gave him his toughest fight. He barely won. It was a split decision. You remember that? It was a split decision. That means it could have went the other way. Guess what? Crawford ended it. It was no debate. Come on, man. Y'all can't see they can't come over here with that shit over here, man. I'll tear them apart, bro. Right off the top of my head. I've been doing this shit too long. I'll tear them up, man. Don't come over here with none of that bullshit. Your favorite YouTuber don't want to come over here with that shit either. They get smoked. Smoked. Come over here with that A-side 60-40 bullshit. Watch what happens. You get fucking smoked right off the stream. We ain't playing none of that bullshit no more. It's time to fucking fight. They better be in negotiations for real, too. All this ducking and dodging and shit. Fans giving this dude a pass. Box fans wasn't so forgiving to Keith Thurman and other guys. Wasn't so forgiving. You running from the guy from 140. You telling the man that's coming up that he got to do this and do that and third. He's the man. He's the guy that's on the pound for pound list. Where you at? Since dudes want to shit on Bud all goddamn day like he ain't a hell of a fighter. This motherfucker can't even stay disciplined, stay in shape. The fuck out of here, man. It's not even close, dude. This shit's not close. It's not close. Don't believe the lies. This dude's not even in shape to deal with Bud. Yes, little shit like that matters. Being in shape and taking care of your motherfucking self. That shit matters. But your favorite YouTuber want to talk about numbers and all this other lame shit because they a bunch of fucking groupie fanboys who will sit here and lie and shit when they know deep down they've been around boxing long enough to know when somebody want to fight some motherfucking body. But they'd rather sit here and lie because it's lucrative. It's lucrative to lie on the internet. Tell people what they want to hear. Well, on Bushido Box, you ain't gonna get what you want to hear. You go get what you need to hear over here. All these goddamn excuses and shit. Look at this dude. Scared as a motherfucker. You don't never turn aside to your fucking rival. You don't never do that shit. You don't never do that. You don't never turn away from your rival. Man, come on, man. Where y'all dudes from, bro? What era y'all from? Oh, well, the business and, kings move in silence and all. Shut your lame ass up. Dork. Got this dude scared as hell over here, man. Don't even want to look at him and shit, man. Kept turning away, looking to other people for answers. Man, come on, man. We saw the energy. Don't come over here with that shit. Talking about Sean Porter, Kell Brooks, and bums. After y'all was screaming for Bud to fight these dudes for years. Stalling the Spence fight. When we just want to see Spence fight. Oh, fight Porter. Now he's a bum. Oh, really? Yeah, he's hella scared, bro. Hit that like button for you, boy. We got 170 people in the building right now. See, your favorite channels and shit and all these guys, they're not gonna like, this is the real shit right here, right here, right here, right here. Dude was uneasy. He was uneasy around, but now he got to deal with Boost. Pick your poison, dude. But like I said, for those who's just stopping in, they are allegedly in negotiations. They are allegedly in negotiations. Spence gotta make this fight. And that's just the bottom line. A salute to Eddie Terrell for the super chat. He says, all that, who was the bigger star stuff? But this is a $10 million fight, the biggest in boxing. Just fight already. Spence running, man. Yeah, man. All this bigger star stuff, who cares? Let's be honest, neither one of them is big enough star. Amanda Nunes got more followers than both of them, bro. Come on, man. Let's get out of our own little bubble. Your average MMA fighter got more followers than both of these guys, bro. And that's no cap. That's no cap. So these dudes need to get the fucking ball rolling. Get this fight made. If it's getting made, make it happen. Give Crawford whatever he fucking wants. And then go beat him up from talking all that shit and having fans come at you. If you really bought that shit, big fish. Because really, it's his fans that piss me off. It's his fans. In this stupid ass Civil War, we was all fans of both of these dudes until this Civil War got turned to a 4-year thing, and it just got ugly. A salute to Eddie Terrell for another super chat. He says, I'm sorry, $100 million fight. Excuse me. Is it a $100 million fight? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, bro. For it to be that type of fight, man, Spence would have had to been putting in a lot of work. Crawford would have having to been promoted better, sold as a destroyer. They would have really had to put in work, man. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, for that fight to be as big as it was, they put in a tremendous amount of work on their respective sides. You know what I'm saying? Until they eventually met up with each other. But Crawford put in a lot of work, but he kind of went to a standstill once he got at 147. Everything got real stagnant for him. He wasn't really getting the names in the fights that he really needed. So, but Spence, on the other hand, he had all the work over there. He didn't fight Keith Thurman, but he fought Danny and Mikey, and who else? Sean Porter. That's it. Danny, Mikey, and Sean. Everybody else is like, well, they don't even, they was 140 pounders, really, man. Like, they had nothing for them. Lamont Peterson had nothing for him. Chris Algieri had nothing for him. Salute to Rice Eater 79 for the super chat. He says, never seen a unification undisputed multi-weight world champion needing to prove themselves before they could fight the champion in the height. Bro, I never seen it. I never in my life seen it. You told the man in the weight class, the man, not just any fighter with a belt, the guy that was actually like the guy and the guy they had on the pound for pound list. Oh, he got to go get a belt. Oh, nobody really wants that belt. Nobody wants the WB no belt. These dudes, do I got to go make a compilation video of this shit, of all the bullshit that all of them said? Not just Errol, because I already got a video of that. But I'm talking about all of them. Danny, all of them. Total, just no. Give me 10 million. Do this, that. Bro, come on, man. They want a lot of money to deal with Terrence Crawford because they know the type of work it is. You want more money for harder work, right? Come on, man. Hey, no Mikeys or Ocampos. I mean, that's what I said, bro. It's hard. It's hard. That's a debate because what they'll say is, well, he fought the names. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But that doesn't. Well, one of these guys that Crawford fought, Kell Brook, beat Sean Porter already. You know what I'm saying? Crawford beat both of them. I mean, I don't know. However you want to look at it, I just need to see Crawford and Spence fight. I'm tired of matching these dudes up and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who knows if Jose Benavidez at that time, right after or before he fought Crawford, how he would have looked against a Sean Porter or even a Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? A big ass Jose Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know. I mean, we seen Keith Thurman lose against an old ass Manny Pacquiao. We seen Keith Thurman struggle with lesser guys. So we really don't know until we see him in the ring. But if I've been paying attention to one thing, I do notice, and I know a lot of the PBC guys, get really butthurt. Disclaimer: I like PBC. A lot of Deontay Wilder is my favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? But those guys tend to fall off. They tend to fall off. Charlo's been hanging on. Jamal seems like he's getting. I don't know what he been on, but Jamel, he still seems like he got some hunger. Tank Davis, he's still rolling with the motions, but strange enough, Terrence Crawford outsold Tank Davis. But those dudes be losing their hunger over there, man. This is a common thing. You see it happen, especially the more popular ones. Adrian Broner, most notable. We've seen it happen to the big fish, Errol Spence, out here partying. I got video. He drunk and shit and hanging out with these guys and. Like, bro, you need to be hanging out with boxing people. You hanging out with fucking rappers for smoking and drinking and partying and being up all night. Meanwhile, your rival's up running or either in the bed, sleep, getting rest. Come on, man. There's a difference. Yeah, I was going to talk about the PBC stuff, but people get really, really sensitive on that, man. But I'll say this because I'm ready to get up out of here. It looks strange now from them being a company. And like I said, I'm not a PBC head. I like the PBC. But it looks strange from when they're a company who came out the gate and was giving fighters a lot of money. Remember that? Bob and them complained that they was overpaying these dudes. Remember that? And then I remember back then fans was complaining that guys like Danny and all those was fighting, getting paid so much money to fight on TV, to fight nobodies. Rod Salkas and shit like that. Fast forward to today in 2021, going into 2022, every fight we've seen been on pay-per-view. Now, one may say the budget been cut. One may say the COVID really affected them in a bad way. But others may say that it's Al Heyman. You're hearing rumors that Floyd is owed money. We've seen Adrian Broner come out with these somewhat cryptic. Adrian Broner, you got what he was saying when he came out with those messages. I want to fight. I want my money. Al Heyman holding my money from the Pacquiao fight. Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe is a little bit more angry, a little bit more agitated than usual. They never really agitated fight week. They really jovial and they seem to really agitated. Mad at Canelo Alvarez. I mean, who knows what's going on over there behind the scenes? Hopefully they can figure it out. Because I don't want no boxing to fail. So let's not get that misconstrued. I want to see all boxing succeed, whether it's DAZN, Top Rank, PBC. But you hear rumors, and then when you start to see things, and like, why are you doing this to us? Fans giving us these regular TV fights for pay-per-view. Why are you doing this? How do you expect Keith Thurman and Barrios to sell to who? Who's going to buy that? Both guys coming off losses. It's a tune-up fight. How are you going to sell this? Why are you selling this to the people? Probably because they ain't got the money. And I'll just leave it at that. I feel that there's some things going on with PBC, right? Sean Porter, strange enough, was commentating on DAZN. I mean, I'm not sure how that contract works. I figured he had a Fox deal to where he was working commentary with them, but he's over there with DAZN shortly after he retired. Who knows? Adrian Broner coming out with messages talking about he'll fight on the zone. You know, he doing this again. This is probably the third, fourth time AB done this. Usually he got what he wanted from PBC when he did this, but this time I don't think he's going to quite get what he wants. AB ain't quite the guy he used to be. I don't think he got the juice and pull that he used to be. But for a platform like the Zone and for him to be a guy that you could bid up a guy like Conor Ben, I think he'll be valuable to a guy like Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn probably put a lot of money in front of Adrian Broner to come over there on the Zone to be a opponent. Yeah, it's crazy, right? To be an opponent to build up Conor Ben. Because AB want his money. So now he got to do shit like fight Conor Ben. You know what I'm saying? Young, hungry Conor Ben. AB won't even stand a chance against him right now. And AB's my guy. That's like one of my favorite boxers. But I gotta be honest, he's I don't know. I'm not sure if he can bounce back. The Maidana fight probably fucked him up. You know, Maidana had them horsehair gloves on. We saw them fucking gloves he wore. That probably fucked AB up, man. Probably mentally fucked where he can't even let his hands go anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of shit, man. It gets really deep, man. You know, it gets deep when you talk about this PBC stuff and just the networks itself. A lot of people don't like to talk about it because they really attached to these companies. But me, I'm more attached to boxing, and it's concerning that where a lot of majority of the black fighters in the sport, their organization is failing. That's a problem. That's a problem. Not to mention, this old guy been out for years telling people about Al Heyman. Now, whether people actually believe Leon Muhammad or not, I don't know. Because it's not like he was, one may say, cutting a jig, because he was affiliated with Don King and all these other brothers. So it's kind of hard to say, you know. Maybe we'll talk about it some other day. You know what I'm saying? But salute to James Brown for the super chat. He said they tried to push the narrative that WBO isn't needed to be undisputed at one time. Yes, I remember that. I definitely remember that when they tried not to show Crawford. They tried to push the belt away. See, these guys wasn't around, or maybe they forgot that this shit happened. That Fox didn't show Crawford as a champion, and they didn't try to recognize the WBO belt. They was trying not to recognize that, but I remember that, James Brown. Definitely. Thank you for the super chat. Yes. Come on, man. We remember these things, bro. We don't forget. Your boy Bushido, don't forget. I got a whole playlist on this shit. And I'm not even sure I got all the Spence Crawford videos on there yet. Because it's some I had from years ago when I first started my channel. And I was talking about it as it was playing out. And you could see over the years that I got more and more agitated as it went. Because early on, I thought, yeah, man, two of the top guys. I like both dudes. Let's see who's the best man. Now it's like, man, Bud, beat this motherfucker ass, man. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.